Well, hello, Tube. Yes, we're getting back to the 9 stories by J.D. Salinger. I threatened this was coming a little while ago. So, like the Borges, uh, the the goal is I don't have all the stories reread and I don't have all the videos up like I do for the Borges. So I'm hoping every Thursday until this book is complete. I haven't sat down to figure out when the last episode would be, but I'm hoping every Thursday we'll do a story out of this and then we'll knock it out because I started it last year along with a bunch of other short story collections, and I just totally got distracted by other things. So today we are on The Laughing Man. So a little info about this. This was first published in the New Yorker March. Oh, it's either 19th or 17th of 1949. I think it was 19th, but it almost looks like a 17th. My handwriting's terrible. It was 1949 in March, New Yorker. That's what you need to know. It was something interesting too. It was inspired by the Victor Hugo, The Man Who Laughs. I've never read that. I've never read any Victor Hugo. I should probably change that one of these days, but it won't be anytime soon because I don't think Victor Hugo was German, was he? He was French or something. I think Les Miserables sounds French. So this is a story inside a story, and I don't really know how to talk about it with well to a point where it makes sense, but we're going to try. Um, so we have the chief, and the chief he must be like a maybe like a counselor or something along those lines, like an after school counselor. He pick up these kids, these group of boys, and take them to various places. They would play baseball, football, whatever the season was, and he would do like this um, installment story about the Laughing Man. He would tell these stories, and so the Laughing Man he was like kidnapped by a bunch of bandits and held for ransom. And what the bandits did, they like stuck his head in a vice or something to like disfigure. And every time that the payment wasn't coming to get to give the boy back, like they and then they ended up making his head into an oval and disfiguring him. And the bandits ended up keeping him. I guess the family never paid up. And so he'd wear a bag over his face or whatever. And he learned the skills of banditing from the bandits. Became a really good bandit. Ended up leaving the group. Not going to say why because you have to read the story. And uh, he would go to neighboring countries and with the to to do his larceny and um, basically taunt his arch nemesis. What was his name? Marcel Dufage. Du, Dufage. I don't know how to pronounce it. Unlike the Schweenard, I didn't G word it to figure it out. So he's telling this story, right? And he's taking the kids to play these games. Well, at some point, this girl started hanging around, the chief's girlfriend, Mary Hudson, and she's kind of like a tomboy. She would fill in for the various positions and stuff, and I guess we're going to get into some spoiler alert territory. So spoiler alert: if you haven't read this yet and you're wanting to read it, go ahead and turn it off now. Go read it. Come back if you want. Well, at some point, their relationship soured. We don't really know why or whatever. And they broke up. The day that they broke up, the Laughing Man dies at the story. I won't tell you how he dies. You can figure it out, or you can I'll leave that for you to read. I don't want to like spoil. I mean, just I know that they died on the same day that they broke up, and then the story ends. So I mean, it's all right. I'm sure there's some sort of deep meaning to the Laughing Man story ending the same day that the chief and Mary broke up. I'm sure there's some significance to that, but I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a terrible read. I kind of was wondering. I read this is a reread. I do not remember this story at all, so I was kind of wondering what was going to happen in the Laughing Man myself, and I wasn't correct in my assumptions of what was going to happen to the Laughing. So, um, yeah, uh, the Laughing Man by J.D. Salinger. It was all right. Wasn't like it didn't really knock my socks off. Wasn't no Borges, but it was still worth reading. So the next one is Down at the Dean, which I don't remember that one at all either. So hopefully, I can get ahead, get a nice comfortable lead like I did with the Borges, and bang these out. This one's a little harder to do just because they're a lot longer than the Borges stories are like 5 pages. These are like 30, so they're a little bit longer. So yeah, that's it for this one, peeps. Have you read The Laughing Man? Were you alive in 1949 and read it in the New Yorker? That'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. Like I'm sure the New Yorker's probably like heavily collected. It'd be kind of cool to find some like old, like first run short stories of some of these authors um, back then. I should. I'm out and about antique stores and stuff. I should see if I can kind of stumble upon some of them. But that's it for this one, peeps. Cheers.